Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good
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 afternoon to
afternoon.
afternoon to
you.
you.
Yeah, I'm God do well from Nigeria.
Okay, nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
nice
Uh,
to meet you.
nice, nice to meet you too. So we are now live on our podcast for today.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I have a, I have a first question here for the midnight tags.
Yeah.
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 The first question I have here is, can
Mm.
you tell us about the the journey power pop?
The genre power pop.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think our goal, like, yeah,
Genre, power pop, and pop punk in general. What it means is, well, there are actually two genres. Okay. First one being power pop. Power pop is something that is what you would say songs that are pushed into the mainstream, which is pop, but at the same time you would consider them to, get in touch with the rock roots. So hence it is called power pop. It kind of evolves around the mainstream pop sound and the rock culture sound together. And with that, I
Okay.
think it's mostly known because the music kind of sounds really jolly. It kind of sounds happy, but then again the songwriting that goes along with it, it's kind of what you would say sad. So along with that, it's called the power pop genre. And for for
Okay.
pop punk, it's it's pretty much all of the people know about the punk music. It's the kind of music that goes away. It tries to go against many rock boundaries, pop boundaries. It tries to go against the mainstream culture. So the thing with pop punk is that it incorporates mainstream pop sound once again, but in terms of the rebellious kind of attitude that brings along with the punk sound together. I guess there have been many bands that have got into the sound and they got it into the mainstream as well, like Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance. You could say they are influenced a bit by the punk side and pop punk side as well. So I think
Yeah.
that's one of the ways you would classify those two genres together.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the answers.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I really get a lot of points from you.
Okay.
So
so
can we move over to the second question here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Okay, the
explain a little
second
bit.
question here is, how were you inspired to create your band with roots from Japanese rock?
Yeah,
How
it's
were you
like
inspired?
yeah, we inspired with our band, like with the root of the Japanese rock. So like when while forming this band, it's like it was a solo project. So like later when I met with Marco and Martin, so I thought to create this a band and with the sound of with the root music of the Japanese rock, because yeah, I can feel the Japanese rock with the most of the emotions and the power into it. And with like in our region, in our country, the mainstream platform is the Bollywood. So Bollywood is not a bad thing. Bollywood is they are, but they are very different from our style.
Yep.
So from our childhood, from a school days, I started listening with the music like pop punk, power pop, emo music, and alternative rock, general rock. So this kind of music I started listening to it. And when I met with these two guys, and they are like they're also into this same similar genre, then they feel the same taste. So we discovered this genre more, little bit more, and we create it. And also, like India is an Asian country, and Japan is also an Asian country. So the similarity of the music taste is quite similar, but yeah, different structure of language, different structure of taste. It makes the music different. So yeah, that's the root of our music. From it came from Japanese rock.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, nice answers. I really enjoy this podcast. Okay, we'll go to
Thanks.
the third question here.
Yeah. So,
Okay, the third question here is, say, tell us about the self-proclaimed genre titled aesthetical. I don't know if I
Ah,
get the pronunciation right, but please, you got to
Yeah,
manage it.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're close.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, definitely Mark.
Okay, melodically. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you tell us melodically driven straight to the point. So just tell us about it.
Okay, I'll try. If I went with the answer, it might get really long, so I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible. So, with the self-titled genre of ours, which is called aestheticcore, is basically, if I had to keep it short, it is around the aesthetics of various sounds and visually aesthetics that the kind of emotions that we pour into our songs, the kind of ambience and the kind of weird sounds that we play around in our songs. We add a lot of what do you say, some ear candies, we add a lot of strings, we add a lot of ambience to go along, to keep it as touching to the soul as possible. So you would say it kind of touches the lane of the aesthetic side of art, whether it would be music or whether it would be visually. So if I had to keep it short, I would say this would be my answer to our self-titled genre called aesthetical.
Okay, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So now we move further to the fourth question here,
Okay.
and the fourth question is say tell us about the blend of Hindi and English in terms of language in your songs, with Hindi being the dominant part.
Ooh, okay. You want to go, Prim?
Yeah.
Just
So
tell us how you blend Hindi and English.
yeah, definitely. So, like, we didn't keep any language barrier. So, we don't want to keep any language barrier because we want to reach every people, every kind of people. But yeah, definitely, Hindi, the platform of Hindi, as I said before, like the Bollywood took the industry and it's in the mainstream. So, Hindi is the most dominating part in our country. And also, like, people are getting more westernized and like they are like forgetting the language, our language. So I try to keep this language so I can reach both side, like the people from the outside and people from our side also. So like yeah, definitely India's like people who want to listen and who want to try to understand the language, they can understand the Hindi language, what we are trying to say, what we are trying to tell them, and we're trying to explore them. So Hindi is, so we kept the part Hindi as a dominating part, and definitely English because we are getting lots of listener from US, Canada, and there are lots of part like Japan and lots of countries. They are trying, they are listening our song and they are supporting us. So yeah, they are, and they give us the motivation to create more music. So also sometimes they say that what's the language, what's the meaning of the song? We cannot understand it.
Yeah.
So we kept both language. We kept the blend of these two language, Hindi and English, so they can understand that, oh okay, we are trying to saying this in our song. So they can also understand, and our part of our people, like regional people, also can understand what we're trying to say and we're trying to reach to them.
Okay, okay. Wow, 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 wow. This
Thanks.
is wonderful. I would love to join your crew.
Definitely, definitely. You're welcome. You're totally welcome.
Okay, now the fifth question here is tell
Yeah.
us about the terms for your songs and the sound of the band.
So tell us
Marco,
about the themes of your songs and the sound
The,
of the
the theme,
band. Wow,
sorry,
that's a hard one.
the,
That's a hard question,
yeah,
and that's also an
the
interesting
theme.
question. As you know, the themes that we mostly focus on, well, actually, not really. It's like the same. Like the age group that we focus on is pretty much the youth. Like it's not like there's a age like like barrier that only people of younger generation can listen to, not old people. But the thing is that anyone can listen to. But what we do is we mostly focus on the eight phases of the youth, like the younger teens or the late teens and whatever. The things that we mostly go for are, indulge in depression and paranoia, and we get phobias and all. So we try to be people that, well, people these days they live in a lot of fear, like mentally ill, mentally fear. They are really oppressed by their feelings that they cannot really let out. So we try to write songs based on those themes, mental illness, as you put in a particular category. And if I had to talk about the sound of the band, we would proudly say that we are an Asian rock band, and we do take a lot of what do you say, influence from the Western side, but then again, we try to do a bit more melodically, because the East side is pretty much filled with a lot of melodics, filled with a lot of scales and stuff. I won't really get into it much, but the sound of band itself is what you would call the Asian fusion. So I would pretty much put our sound to that.
Okay. Wow,
Yeah.
wow, 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 wow. We're moving over to the sixth question here.
Yeah.
Yeah, self isolation, depression,
And the
family
sixth
focus.
question here is your lyrics. Your lyrics speaks about
Yeah,
anxiety, paranoia, self-isolation, and
Yeah.
depression, and
Mm.
primarily focuses around the youth. Tell us your
Mm.
thoughts for the Yet Your Mind Blossom series as we are vouching for the same.
Mm. I think it's doing well so far. It really has helped us to come out really open with our thoughts instead of being like, really closed or scripted off.
Hello,
So
can you
we
hear
are
me?
being as we can with you. So regarding that, I think the Let Your Mind Blossom has really put us out in the open, like really transparent with ourselves, you and our audiences, like whoever's watching. So I would say it's doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I think the guys would also agree with that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, definitely. And like the while writing the lyrics, we have a two perspective, like from our side also and from the audience side also. So we try to feel what the other people is also feeling in their situation. So when we feel like this people is feeling this kind of thing in this situation, so we try to speak it out from through our lyrics. So
Yeah.
we try to focus the song. We try to speak out the situation what that person is feeling, and it's not about the person, it's like the youth of this generation are quite depressed. So that's why we try to focus on that, so that we try to speak it out through our song. And like we don't want a youth to get depressed, and they can understand and they can speak it out their feelings through our song.
Great, great. I think Godu will be back with us in any minute. Our next
Okay.
question for you is your advice for musicians starting with their music career, irrespective of genre.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's a tough question.
It's also a very universal question with many answers depending on where you live. But if I had to personally say, I would say that do what you have to do with your art. Be as open and as expressive as you can. Like listen to other people, take their criticism well, and try to work on it instead of getting down about it. Try to focus on yourself, on your craft, regardless of what people may think or may not think. Like if you're doing well with it, you're able to express your emotions and whatever it is, then it's fine because it's art and you are here to express it.
Yeah,
That's my belief personally.
yeah, and I will add a few more points, like because I'm doing this since 2012. So like when people, and when not several people, like when a young generation's person is starting in music as a career, and if he's feeling like I will go with this
Mhm.
career,
Yeah.
So he will face a lots of downs in his downfall in his life with this career, and like
Where my
when
mom?
unsupportive parents and lot, or like the people from the society, they won't support in this career. They will backlash it and they will do something like which is worse for his career.
Yeah.
So definitely never give up,
Yeah.
never give up with this with your dream. Just focus on it, like whatever it is, whatever you can, whatever you face, just focus on whatever you want to do in your career. It's not about the music, it's about every profession. Just, and yeah, don't make your music commercialized. Just don't make music for buying or like selling it or like making money. Music is an art. Keep it art. Don't sell your art. Yeah, definitely money is mandatory, but don't sell your art, because when you start selling your art, you'll get destroyed. You'll get destroyed. So make your art.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Sorry, my network was bad, so I had
Yeah,
to
No,
it's
come
it's
back.
totally fine. Totally fine.
Okay, I want to really say I really gained a lot from this podcast today, sincerely speaking. And I pray and hope to join you one day.
Definitely, definitely. You are welcome to India.
absolutely.
You can definitely come to Guwahati, Assam, and you can definitely join us. We can jam together. Yeah, definitely. Even Navjita can also join us.
Okay,
Yeah.
Obviously,
this is
we'll be happy
let your
to happy to join you and attend your concerts.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
so I want to say thank you for having time to be here despite your schedules for the Let Your
Thank you
Mind
for
Blossom series.
Thank you for having us. Thank
yeah.
you for having us. It's a
And
great pleasure.
It's been a good
I really appreciate for your time. And I know as we
Thank
still
you.
move further, we still have more podcasts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, and I really appreciate. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, the